Hello friends, welcome back. As promised, I would make another video when I landed at the new place that I would be residing for the next few days. And here I am. I am at, well, I am outside of Panama City. I am now in Casa Bonita. And I'm staying right next to the Westin Resort Hotel. But this place is freaking sick. I'm staying on the private residence side, so it's got its own pool, and you can see behind me it's unfreaking believable. But the stretch of beach that I want to show you is really awesome too. You can see it behind me. And you'll also notice the mountains, the topography, and it almost looks like a volcanic wasteland. When I visited Hawaii and I noticed their black beaches, their black sand, their volcanic type beaches, this is definitely not that, but it reminds me of it in some ways. And it's kind of cool because you can see all of the shipping freighters coming in and out of the Panama Canal. And you can also see lots of other people walking on the beach, enjoying the sunset, enjoying the cool temperature. It's actually really nice right now. Now, I didn't have an opportunity to utilize any of the canoes and or paddle boards, which I had hoped to. But what I did want to talk about, which I honestly hesitated because these videos sometimes are hard to make. And I've talked a lot about my feelings. I've talked a lot about the separation. I've talked a lot about my feelings of inadequacy or not good enough or failure or whatever. And it's hard for me to reconcile the reality of that in some ways I am actually, in some ways it appears I am firing on all cylinders. In some ways, some trackable metrics that I do actually track in my business, it appears as if everything is fine or that I'm making progress. And yet, despite those trackable measures or those measurable things or all the accountability bullshit that every guru will teach you as it relates to success or self-development or business development or whatever, I've shared that I don't feel good. I don't feel like myself. I feel less than. And, you know, cry me a river. I'm sitting here in Panama at this unbelievable place, and yet I don't feel great. And what I must own is that all of that really is if I'm taking radical accountability for myself, then I must recognize that all of this is my fault. And I agreed to come to this trip for many different reasons. I undermined my own self in coming on this trip. I undermined my own authority coming on this trip. But I did it because I felt it was best for my children. And, you know, there's lots of people out there who will say lots of things, and maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. I don't know. I don't have a stake in the game as to whether they are or aren't. But when my daughters ask me for something, it is, especially emotionally, and they're coming from a place that I believe to be authentically emotional, authentically real, authentically communicating, it is damn near impossible for me to choose my will over theirs. I'm not capable of it. And it makes me sad when I feel like I'm the only one that feels that way and acts accordingly. But nonetheless, I chose to come on this trip. And, hello, walker in the background, who did not say hello. Doesn't she know that we're making a video and we'd love to introduce her? I'm only kidding. But I'm a grown-ass man. I made my own choices. I did them for reasons that were right for me. And yet, the first few days of this trip, which I already did a video previously, I did not see my kids. I did not enjoy spring break with them. I did not participate. I felt like I was isolated and cut off and on house arrest. And that's not true, but it is how I felt. And today, I got to reunite with them. We got to come to this resort. We got to experience lots of cool things. We got to play. We got to go swimming. We got to explore. We got to eat tremendously. And then they left. And it was suggested that I go back to my hotel. And that was an option. But another option was for me to stay here, which is what I did. And I'm glad that I advocated for myself. I'm glad that I chose to stay here. And I must be incredibly mindful that there's no such thing as truth, and the perception is the reality. And mindset is everything. And when I say there's no such thing as truth, let me be very clear. There is what is true, there is what is false, and then there is fiction. And right now, I think there's a lot of folks out there that are believing much of the fiction that people tell them. And I don't want to ever be accused of that. I don't ever want to be that type of person. But I can't help but feeling that this spring break may be my last. Not that I won't ever enjoy a spring break with my kids again, but I doubt that I'll ever make the choice that I did to be subject to, a few days here or there when it's convenient for other people for me to see them. And my agreeance to do those things for the greater good, because I'm a nice guy, because I'm trying to do what's right for everybody, only leads to diminishing returns for me. Only makes me feel worse. Only makes me start to want to victimize myself. And I'm done with that shit. I'm not doing that anymore. And so, look, I hope this doesn't sound too negative, because it is a beautiful place that I'm at. I am in a great mood. I did have a great day. There's a million different blessings that I can lean into. But I find when I start to make my blessings become burdens, there's something wrong with me. And there's nothing wrong with me. I feel just fine. But I am aware that there are a lot of things that need to change. There is, in my mind, there is a clear line in the sand of what happens when I get home. And that's not a threat. It's not to be intimidating. It's not to be mean or vengeful or any of those things. It's me detaching with love. But I have tried for the last 7 months to indulge a fantasy which I now know is not reality, and I'm done with that. So it's time to put the oxygen mask on myself. It's time to put myself first. And I suspect that when I do that, many things will change for the better. So I don't know if this made any sense to you, but I did want to leave or make a video while I'm out here because it's too damn pretty not to. The sunset, which you can't really see because it's obstructed, is freaking gorgeous. But if nobody's told you that they love you today, just know that I do. Look forward to seeing you on my next video. Please subscribe to the channel, smash the thumbs up, and God bless you. I love you. And we will win the day, win the week, win the year, win our lives. And I will not quit. I will not relent. I will not waver. I will not sell myself short. I will do whatever I must to achieve the life that I want. And I know that you all can do the same. So look forward to seeing you soon, and I'm out.